Brian Ritsuno here. Today I want to share with you the importance of having quality ambitions, goals, and determination. And really, in a sense, never satisfy. I think I think this is really I learned quite a lot here. Is like if you don't have a quite quality ambition, like a goals, right? Like something that really align with your talent or temperament or something really meaningful to you. I had this problem as well. It was like I kind of delude myself that then this is what I want, but then it's not really what I wanted, in a sense. I thought I wanted, but I didn't really thought about it. It was just there, and I just decided that that's what I want. But it was not really coming from my deep sense. I didn't really concern about my ability or circumstance or situation or whatever. Like I didn't really take full account. I didn't explore the other things. I just decide that this is it, but then that's not it, right? Usually, I didn't really think about it or experiment it, so to speak. So quality of my ambition was not there, and the what's happening is what I notice is like when I get to uh, certain difficulties, or in a way, it's when I get there, like in a closer, and when I get there, if you can feel it, it gets start feeling boring. Like let's say if you start making money off of what you're trying to do, right? It just has no meaning to it. You accomplish it, that's it. It's almost like, is that it, right? Because like the goal was not really for the fulfilling per se. It was just for the sake of getting there. It has been a good motivation to get there, but then it didn't last because my ambition was not well thought about, aligned with my talent. It didn't. I didn't really know why I was doing it. Really, I thought that everybody else can do the same thing, or somebody can do actually better than I can. So why should I even do this? Doesn't make any sense. That type of things. So have to. I mean, I think in the deep down, everybody has, okay. This is really I'm really good at, or this is really want to do. But then there is a fear, right? I mean, of okay, can I actually make money off of this, or can I actually make it big? It sounds like very few people can make something out of it, and then just disregard that as a hobby or whatever, or completely stop doing it and then doing something else that everybody else seems like becoming successful, doing certain things. So you look at somebody else's doing and decide that then that's what you want to do because you see it and it's almost predictable, and then somebody else has done it and everybody's saying that's you can do it in the same way. For the most people, I think that's a wrong direction. um, I think that's not really a quality ambition. I think it's just extension of grass is greener syndrome. You look at somebody else is doing it and they feel like, okay, this sounds cool. Let me do it too. I think that's the wrong one. So, but then once you have the quality ambition, it's authentically aligned to your talent and the passion and all that. Then the power you're gonna have to overcome the obstacle will be enormous. And then once you get there, you are there to do more, because that's just a part of the process. It's not the end, right? Because once you get there, you can do more. So the impact is far more. So even though it might sound like every single day, just days pass by, thinking about really that and they have that ambition is crucial. Now, how are you gonna? There's of course, it's not that easy, right? So how you can pick the best ambition, right? Without really deluding yourself. You don't want to delude yourself, right? Like means it's like, oh, just pick whatever, and then that you want it, then I can be. You can't. It's really have to be based on the reality. But the ambition is to the future, like 5-10 years, possibly 15-20 years later. So we cannot predict what's going to happen in the world wise. Things might change, trend might change, whatever, technology changes. So you don't want to have a quality ambition. You don't want to have that too specific ambition. It means it's like, oh, I want it to be like exactly this. Like let's say, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like if you're a certain type of like a personality, that's fine. Let's say simple words like, oh, my ambition is to be let's say firefighter. Okay, that's fine. You will get there. But then by restricting yourself into firefighting, right, then you might not actually explore a lot of other things. You might be missing things. You'll get there, right, if you focus on it. A lot of things, if you just do one thing, you might get there. But then are you going to be really satisfied? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you're that obsessed, yeah, possibly. But then yeah, what if you pick something that almost too fantastical, like let's say you're genetically kind of short guy, but then your ambition was to be an NBA player, right? Then what are you gonna do if you are you realize like everybody's like a 7 feet and then you're like a 5'6". I mean, you might be able to do it, but is that a smart way to do it? Smart career? Probably not. You can try, but there is a better way. So it should be a little more amorphous. For instance, like if you say, let's say like a basketball, for instance, you might be say like, oh, my ambition is something to do with sports. That's good enough, really. Something to do with sports, and then do the best out there. Ambition should be something you're gonna be number one in some kind of field, right? Otherwise, it's not ambition. Like it's just some kind of goal. So yeah, be general, a little bit general, and it incorporates a lot of like uncertainty, and then it just doesn't become a BS to just say okay this, and then you're gonna quit later, because it's just that things get too much. So if you say like, oh, I like sports, and I wanted to do something with sports, and you might be able to, you're really good at basketball, but you eventually realize that that's not really particularly, your talent wasn't quite there. But then you can actually do the business side of it, or maybe you can be creative, and then you can design some sort of like even you can design some kind of sports stadium, or I don't know. You can take it in a different ways, as long as you have that ambition has a little bit of flexibility here, and then that's really important. I think one thing a lot of people get stuck is like doing the one thing that it's just wrong, and then doing it for like 5-10 years, 6 years. There's no adaptability. It's like as if this is the right direction. There is a benefit to it. You will get there, but I'm not sure you're going to get there and then you're going to be satisfied. That much, like a content. Like this is how you want to do it for like a long time. And this is this comes from an importance of a process. That's the another ingredient that this like a little bit of a general ambition will give you. Process is like a little shorter, like a daily process, right? Or weekly or monthly. You are making sure that whatever you do are excellent, and then really satisfying, enjoying, or you feel the growth by doing this. That process you can actually create in a solid way. So you don't you are not restrained by certain ideology of that you created. My ideology was being a doctor or whatever. That you know, my parents kind of instilled when I was a kid, and I didn't quite want to deviate from it. So my direction was quite narrow. But then if you don't have that, right? Then if you can be creatively think, okay, what's out there? What is the current interest of mine? And then what's coming up in the world situation? What kind of technology I can utilize? If you can think like this and come up with some kind of ideas, and then the available things in your environment, just go for it and then do your best and then do it excellently. And then that creates stepping stone to your growth and your success. And then that's generally speaking the best way to move forward. A little bit ambiguous. What I'm trying to say is it's not like, okay, I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to get that's not that. But then it's more authentically you go one step at a time. So I recommend having like a year or two span of a goal. Like that you can kind of do it, right? Like you say, okay, within 2 years, I'm going to be this. I'm going to do that. That's good because 2 years is sufficient enough time to accomplish something. And it doesn't put you into this like a delusional mind that you gotta, if you do it like a wrong thing for 10 years and then notice like, oh, wow, what I did was completely not what I wanted, right? You don't want to be, right? But 2 years is a good enough good amount to know that what you're going through is good or not. You will get some result, good result. In 3 months, you're gonna have something. It's probably very crappy, but you will have something. And then 6 months, better something. And then maybe you gotta pivot or whatever. But then in 2 years, you'll have something that your idea might be good or bad. And then if it's bad, then you can just do something else. If not, you can just keep working on it, right? It doesn't have to abandon everything. You learn something, so you can add to it. It's important to at least spend a few months, okay, if you start something. You don't abandon it in a few days or few weeks. It just doesn't work. A lot of people cannot go anywhere just because they quit too early. It means it's like they get discouraged. One day they feel, for a few weeks you feel really good doing this, but one stretch of time, like let's say a few days or even 10, 20 days, you feel like just not good. It's not you don't want to do it. It's just that you don't see you don't see the result per se. You get discouraged. You don't want to do it. Most people quit, and then that's only like a few months, right? Don't quit in a few months. Try a little longer. I would say at least, even though if you don't like it, if you start not liking it, right? Change something, do something, but continue for another at least half a year. And a half a year, and then do it with the something measurable. Don't be like, oh, I'm doing something and then I don't see any result. That something measurable. Okay. I mean, everything. So for instance, if you're a painter, like, okay, I'm gonna paint this, like 5 things in this span with this quality. Make sure you do it, and then you will see the result. And that's important to have some sort of like concrete things. Otherwise, in life we tends to get into abstract and say, hey, maybe I did that, I did not did that. We don't see the result. Yeah. So short term is going to be more and more important because we are now concerned about the process, right? So have just the thing. So 2 years, like whatever the goal you have, and then just analyze how you're going to get there from the backwards. So you go always the backwards. So what do you want? It's like a baking a cake. Okay. You got to have what kind of cake you want to bake. Otherwise, you're not. If you just create it randomly, you're not gonna have a cake. You're gonna have some weird food. Sometimes you might get lucky and it tastes great, but then you want to have some sort of like a chocolate cake or whatever the cake that you want to. Then figure out how you're gonna get there. The same process, right? Like how we're gonna bake. Research it. What kind of ingredient? Same thing. If you in 2 years, let's say, like academically, let's say like if you want to ace, like really have a good points on the SAT or something, okay, if you're in school, then just figure it out. Okay, SAT requires what, like algebra, a little bit of geometry, and possibly a little bit of trig. And then for the reading comp wise, like, okay, this level, and then vocabulary this. Okay, so now you know that what you need, and then break it down. How are you gonna make sure that you study these? So you make a plan, and then from that plan, from the backwards, you'll start from today. Today, okay, my step 1 is like pre-algebra. My step 1 is read some very basic book and then learn the vocabulary from there and then understand the content and then discuss about what it means, and then gradually make it more advanced, right? And then eventually you're gonna get there. So the same thing. Pretty much everything is the same thing. That's how you do it. So if you have this like really meaningful quality goals or ambitions, whatever, you're gonna create like really authentic path for yourself. And it's not easy, you get discouraged. You might get criticized, ridiculed, getting pushed back, rejected, whatever. But at least you know why you're doing it. And the important thing is think about why you're doing it, right? The Nietzsche said, like succinctly, if you know why, then you can endure anyhow, right? So yeah, so think about it. But before you start doing something, make sure you create some quality goal for yourself, and then just try it, and then give yourself time. Okay, don't quit just because somebody says so, or somebody discouraged you or whatever. make sure it's measured, and make sure do it in excellent quality, and then go step by step. And then if something better things comes in, like let's say in a year, 1 year, make sure that you say, okay, I already done this for a year, but there is better opportunities coming in. You don't need to abandon this as well. You might already created the skills to actually do both. Okay, it's rare, but then you might. But then, whatever you do the year 1, you might probably continue as well, because you if things are going, it might not still be that great, but then if you're going towards there, then you don't want to quit. Yeah, 2 years probably necessary for a lot of like something great, something you see. Okay, so don't quit too fast. And yeah, so this quality goal, as long as you have, then you have a great strategy is like what to do, like each steps, and a tactic, like how you're gonna do it. You figure it out, right? That kind of stuff you can do, experiment a lot, and then you can really achieve goals in the most optimal way, and then get where you want to be at in the optimal place, in the best way possible. Thank you for watching. Please share your ideas in the comment section below to help each other, and hit like and the subscribe buttons so you get notified of the next video. See you next time.